And I'm joined now by the award-winning author of The Donut Fix and her sequel, The Donut King. And she is here today to talk about her latest book, All the Ways to Go, Jessie Janowitz. Hey, Jessie, thank you so much for joining us. It's great to have you on Louisiana Living from New York City.
Here.
So what inspired you to write this book, All the Ways to Go?
Well, I have 3 children, and what inspired me was an experience I had with my middle son that I have a feeling will probably resonate with you as a parent and to lots of other parents out there. So my middle son, developed some really great interest in drawing early. He had some wonderful skills, and like a parent, what do? Actually, we want to support them, right? So we go out and we buy sketchbooks, and I took him to museums, and I signed him up for drawing classes. And this went on for years until he finally said to me one day, you know, Mom, I'm not that kid anymore. And I thought, oh my, I could tell that he had been holding this inside, you know, because he didn't want to disappoint me. And I thought, wow, this is such an important and a great opportunity to tell a story about something I think is really complicated that we don't talk about, which is keeping secrets and lying. We teach kids that lying is bad. And definitely, if your kids are lying about where they're, spending the night or so that they can get another cookie out of the cookie jar, that's not good. But our kids also lie to keep us from being disappointed, right? I'm sure you've had that experience.
Absolutely.
And I'd never read a book that explored that with kids and parents. And my books are meant to be read aloud by families together. And I tell this story through humor, and I tell it through this character, Milo, who tells a whopper of a lie just to protect his mom, to keep her from being disappointed in him, and it lands him in a bunch of hysterical, uncomfortable situations. He's got to spend the summer with these friends of his mom's who run a cat rescue out of their house, and he's terrified of cats. He ends up having to get drafted as a CIT at a day camp for preschoolers, and the kids he's living with don't give him any privacy. And finally, by the end of the book, he comes clean with his mom, and they have that conversation that is hard. But as you know, when we're changing, sometimes we have to tell our parents who we've become. And I really hope that this story models that conversation through joy and through humor, because I got to tell you, books that don't have humor today, if we want kids to pick a book instead of picking up a screen, it's got to make them laugh. I travel the country doing school visits, and I was just in Annandale, Virginia, and I was, I had the book up in front of my face, and these kids were sitting on the floor in the gym, and all of a sudden I started hearing giggles.
Oh, Jessie, unfortunately, we are out of time. We could talk forever. I love this book. I'm sorry we're out of time, but you can go to myawkwardmiss.com and find out where you can pick up a copy of this book. We can all learn a lesson from it. Jessie, so nice to meet you.
So nice to meet you too. Thanks so much for having me on.
Thank you. And up next, we'll visit with a couple of members of the Ouachita Parish 4-H Club. That's after the break. Stay with us.